never been so sure of anything before. Just like I'm in this moment, but once alone would be enough. Just take my hands and take mine, 'cause I will always love you through anything I'll do. To talk about different segment, for the engaging about marriage. Tope Oginni, let's talk about love. Let's talk about God. Let's talk about all you need to know before you say I do.
Hello viewers, thank you for tuning in to Glorious Vision Television of the Apostolic Church Nigeria. My name is Tope Oginni and I want to welcome you to this program. Before You Say I Do is a program we designed for the singles, for those who are already in a relationship, for those who are in the courtship stage, for those who are engaged. As long as you have not said I do, this program is a must watch for you. Before You Say I Do aims at helping you to have a lasting relationship. This program is designed for you to educate, to equip, to prepare you ahead of the marital journey that you are about to embark upon. Before You Say I Do helps you to have an healthy relationship, helps you to build a great marriage and a godly home. This is what we do here. And we also offer advices, counseling and prayers to as many singles out there who desire to have this. This is what we do. We also have different segments on this program. We have the relationship tips segment where we offer useful relationship tips that will help your relationship. We have a recommended book for further reading on topic of discussion. So if this is your first time of tuning into GVTV and you are wondering what is going on, this is Before You Say I Do. As the name implies, Before You Say I Do, for those who are not married yet, who have not said I do, you have a whole lot to learn on this program. We always come with various topics on relationships and marriage. We help you to know yourself, your partner, and to help you know what you are getting into, the marriage that you have not entered. We prepare you so that you really know what you are really getting into and how to prepare yourself for that journey. This is what we do. So right now I want to go on a short break. When I return, please don't go anywhere and I'll be right back.
Let's talk about love. Let's talk about God. Let's talk about all you need to know before you say I do.
Yes, welcome back. The program is still Before You Say I Do on Glorious Vision Television. My name is still Tope Oginni. Before You Say I Do is a program designed for singles. As long as you are still single, you are not married yet, you have not said I do, this program is designed for you, and it is to educate you, to equip you, to prepare you ahead of the marital journey that you are about to embark upon. On Before You Say I Do, we talk about everything relationship, everything marriage, anything that you need to know about these two topics is what we normally discuss on every Tuesday. So if you are tuning in for the first time, welcome on board. For our regular viewers, they already know what we do on this program. Yes, I want to talk about something, or about a topic which I've started last week, and is don't rush into marriage. Don't rush into marriage. And we talked about so many things last week. And I gave an introduction into the topic and also gave reasons why a lot of singles out there rush into marriage. And I'll just do a quick recap for those who are tuning in for the first time. Part of the reasons that we gave why people rush into marriage, which is not healthy. Like we said, I said, rushing into marriage is not ideal and is not healthy at all for any singles out there. It's better for you to be patient with God, to wait for God's timing, so that you will not make mistakes, so that you're not rushing and rush out. And for those who could not rush out, those are the kind of people that you see that they are not enjoying their marriage. They are only trying to manage or cope with things, enduring the problems, the mistakes that they have caused themselves. So for you that you are still single and you have the opportunity of watching a program like this, it's better for you to apply all these points, look into all these nuggets and apply them into your own relationship so that you too will not make the same mistake as people of old and they are crying today in their mind. So part of the reason we gave was peer pressure, parental pressure. Some parents will rush their parents, you know, I want to see my grandchildren, I want to see you get married before I die, and as a result of that, some people will say, because of my mother, because of my father, I want to get married for them. You are not getting married for your parents, you are getting married for yourself, because you'll be the one that will live in that marriage. Then some people will look at their age that, oh, they are overage, and especially for the ladies, they'll be thinking of conception, that at a particular age that they'll be entering into their menopause, and because of that, anybody that comes their way, anything that they can lay their hands on, any mister available is what they go for, which is wrong. The fear of the unknown, because some people don't know what the future has for them. Some people may be facing one health challenge or the other, or something may be happening in their life right now, and they feel that it is better for me to marry on time, so that, you know, because of the fear of the unknown. There's for some, we talk about loneliness, we talk about your friends, because your friends are getting married, you know. So this week, that's just a quick recap of what we had last week. So this week we want to still continue on some reasons why people rush into marriage, and I'll be starting with this because for Christians now, it is told that as Christian that you should not engage in premarital sex, and because you are having that urge, the urge is there, the temptation is there that you should start having sex, and maybe your partner is saying that we have to wait till our wedding night, and because of that, because you can no longer wait, because of the temptation or the constant urge, sexual urge that you keep having, some might see that as a way for them that if anybody comes their way, in order for them to get out of that condition, they should just get married, they should just rush into marriage. At least once I'm married, I can be having it as often as I want. Nobody can stop me, nobody can query me for having it now that I'm married. That's another reason some people will want to rush into marriage, just because they want to be having sex. They want to be having sex without being queried or without being questioned for doing that as a single. Then another thing, again, another point is that get married, then is get married or get, but we have some people that are in a relationship with people who are abroad or who are in a foreign country. Immediately they come home, maybe the relationship is still under what I call study. They are still understudying each other or still trying to get to know each other better. You know, when you have somebody that is outside where you are, it is called a long distance relationship. But you know, maybe the person just come up and said, if you don't get married now, I am going to leave you. I don't think I can continue to wait again. And because of that, they would think, if this person should leave me, where will I start from? How will I hook up with another person? How soon will that be? I have been in this relationship with this person, and I think the best thing is for me, let us just, you know, they will just forget or ignore other things that they are supposed to get to know about that person, and you know, they will get along with that. Well, that's all. If it is meant to be, what I want you to know, if that relationship is meant to be, it will be. It's not until when you are pressurized that because or some people it is for us to get visa. You know, some will tell you that for us to get visa, we have to do our traditional marriage, we have to do this so that we can use the certificate to get visa. You know, a man will tell you like that, and because of that, you without even getting to know that person better, if it is somebody that you can live your life with, some will, because of that, again rush into that marriage because so that we can get visa, so that we can travel abroad and all of that. You need to be very careful. That is not a very good one at all. Then some will say, oh, we've dated for so many years and we need to have a quick engagement. We have been dating for long years and I think it is high time. I don't know why in the first instance you decided to make it that long, but for whatever reason, if it is an elderly one, I think you should still need to take your time. Don't rush into that marriage. Don't rush into the marriage because you feel that you've been in that relationship for longer years and you think that's enough reason for you to rush into that marriage to say let us go and get married. Marriage is beyond looking at the years. Yes, I can understand it may have been a very long years and you like is what is really going to happen. It's better even at that point if you discover something that is not ought to be, it's better for you to allow that person to go rather for you to choose, say because we have stayed too long in this relationship. Then for some people, they want to start having children. Their parents are on them that they should start having children for them. I want to see my grandchildren. So for some, because their children are aged and they want to see their grandchildren, that can push them into rushing into marriage, pressurizing their partner that they should go and get married so that they can start having children. And for some, like I said before, they may be looking for the lady especially, she may be looking at a circle or at herself, that what if she did not get married on time and she gets to the menopause stage where you can no longer have children, that what will happen to her. So for those kind of people, anybody or anything that comes to them is what they will go for. They are ready to rush into anything. They no longer want to consider whether it is healthy for them. They no longer want to consider that if it is going to be good for them in the future, whether the marriage is going to last, whether the marriage is going to benefit them in any way or the other, whether it's a godly relationship. They don't even care. It may even be a married man, it may be whatever that walk up to them. But as long as that moment that they have a target, they have a target to meet, they don't care about the consequences of their action at that point anymore. Then if you have not get to know your fiancé or your partner's friends and family, I don't see any reason why you should. We have had situations whereby somebody rushed into marriage without getting to know the husband to be or the wife to be's friends and families, and rushing into that marriage. After the marriage, she just discovered that the family, the in-laws are very, very bad people. They are wicked people. They are not loving people. They are not tolerant. They are not accommodating people at all. So if you are in a relationship right now and you are still in the discovery stage, that's what we call it, you are still getting to know each other, you are still getting to know more about each other, about your families, about your goals and all of that. That is not the time for you to talk about marriage. Hello, my sister, my brother out there. That is not the time for you to rush into marriage. You have to take your time to get to have your facts, to get to know all details about all of these things. You don't know you are in a relationship with somebody, you don't even know who his friends are, who our friends are. Maybe they are the kind of friends that after marriage they'll start telling your friends, or they'll start teaching your wife against you. You don't know who the friends are. Maybe they are not godly friends. Maybe they are the kind of friends that they won't even allow your wife or your husband to have time for you. So you need all of that, or you need to know all of that. That's not the point for you to start rushing when you have not known your fiancé, your partner's friends or families too well. Don't even think about marriage at that point, and don't ever rush yourself. Make sure that you take your time to get to know the family, because family, yes, you are getting married to your partner, but family is still part of your marriage. They are still relevant in your marriage, even though you live to cleave, but still you came from somewhere, and you will always be traced back to that root. So you cannot just outdo them finally from your life. So it's very important you get to know the family that you are marrying to. What runs in the family? What kind of family are they? Are they loving? What are the things that they love? What are the things that they don't like? If you don't know all these things, when you get married to their son or to their daughter, then you'll be making errors and mistakes, blunders, because you hardly know them. You don't know their likes. You don't know what happens in that family. So that's not the point, like I said. Then another one is you don't even know. There are some people that they don't even know themselves. You need to know yourself too before rushing into marriage. What are your goals? What are your likes? What are the things that makes you a woman? What are the things that you like? What are the things that you like to do? What are your hobbies? What are your likes? What are your goals? What are your future plans? You need to get to know yourself. If you don't know yourself and you go ahead and get married, there will be a problem. You get married and your husband starts asking you questions. Your wife said we should sit down and we should discuss about our future. When you don't even know yourself, you don't know what you like. And your husband is asking you, what is it that you like doing? I don't even know. I don't even know what I like. What are your hobbies? I don't even know. I know I play ball. I know I play football. I know I can play table tennis. I know I can sing. I know I can dance. You don't even know yourself. There are some people, the moment you meet them, you ask them about themselves, they start telling you, I know how to sing very well, I have done this, I have done that. Those are the people who have discover themselves. So you need to discover yourself first before you even rush into marriage. Because if you don't know yourself, it's not the best for you. When you get into marriage, then there's time that you will need to do something. But because you don't know where your strength and your weakness lies, you will not be able to say, this is what I can do, this is my strength, this is my weakness. So you need to discover who you are. Then financial instability, if you are not yet financially stable, I am not saying that you have to have all the millions, all the billions in this world before you can get married, but at least as a lady you should have something that you are doing, and as a man you should have something that you are doing. You should have a job, you should have a business. No matter how low the salary may be, at least you know that you have something that is keeping you up, because when you get married there are bills already waiting for you. Gone are those times that when you were staying with your parents, they are the one paying the bills, paying the house rent, doing all of this for you. Now you are married. Now all that responsibility comes back to you as a man, and as a lady you are supposed to be an helpmate. So what are you going into marriage for? What are you going there to do? What is it that you want to go and put on the table for your husband when your husband is putting down 70%? What are you putting down? Or are you just going to be there, going to be a taker all the time? So if you are not yet financially okay, if you are still working, if you are still growing your career or growing your business, growing your job, trying to be stable financially, please don't ever rush into marriage, because that same thing that you decided to ignore will be the first thing that will start haunting you immediately after that marriage. Immediately after that marriage. So please, if you know that you are not yet financially okay as a man or as a lady, and you are still building your career, your profession, your job, your business, you are still trying to put things up financially, please don't rush. Then impatience with God's timing. Some people are just impatient with God's timing. They are tired. They will tell you, I have been waiting. Yes, I have been praying and praying. I can no longer. People keep telling me to wait for God's timing. God's time. When is that time going to come? I can no longer wait. I have to go and get married. Anybody, they will tell you categorically that anybody that comes my way now, I am going to, enemies are available that comes my way now, I am going to give in to that person. I don't think I have all the time again to start waiting for that God's timing. No. So another thing that makes people to rush into relationship or into marriage is impatience with God's timing. Then another thing is looking past the tough times. Some people, let me tell you, marriage is good. Marriage is interesting. If you are with the right person, if you are with the right man, the right husband, the right wife, you will enjoy yourself. If you are with understanding, if you are with God's will for your life, yes. And I always like to quickly add this to anyone I'm counseling, that because marriage is good, because you see couples wearing the same clothes, you see couples in their car together, does not mean that they don't have challenges. They have challenges. But because they are God's will for each other, they have the understanding of what marriage is. They are able to cope, they are able to manage whatever differences, whatever challenges that their marriages are being faced with. So now that you want to rush into marriage, forgetting that marriage too has its own challenges. For some, it is emotional. For some, it is finance. For some, it is spiritual challenge that my husband does not pray with me. He does not go with church. It may be that is what somebody will be facing. For some, it is money. For some, there are a lot of marital challenges that is waiting for every marriage. That is the truth. Don't let anyone deceive you as if, oh no, it's going to be bread of roses and it's going to be free. Yes, God promised us a good marriage, but He did not tell us that we are not going to face challenges in our marriage. So now I'm putting it to you that you want to rush into marriage. Are you ready to walk past through all those tough times? Okay, now there will be times that your husband or your wife will be healed. He or she will not be able to do anything. Are you ready to stand by him or her? Do you have the emotional stability? Do you have the mental stability to manage that issue? Do you have that? So those are the things that marriage will take from you. Those are the things that marriage will ask from you. So you should be very careful. If you are saying you want to rush. When it gets to that point, people that are not mature, that's when some will leave their husband at that point, some will leave their wife, some will run away because they cannot cope with it. They don't have the strength, they don't have the mental health to cope with such things. So when you are rushing into marriage, you should consider that as well, that marriage is not a bed of roses. There will be challenges. There will be times that there will not be money in the house. Your husband will not have money to give you for upkeep, and you will be the one that will take up that responsibility. Are you ready for all that? So if you are not ready, if you have not thought of all this, please just stay where you are and let God still be working on you till when you are ready to go and say I do. Don't rush at all. Don't rush at all. Yes, you may meet the man now that is rich, is working in a bank, is working in Chevron, is working in oil and gas company. But do you know what the future holds for both of you after marriage? You don't know. You don't know what the marital journey is going to look like. So you should be prepared for all of that. Forget all what they are saying now that why are you saying for better, for worse, that is a cost. I'm telling you, marriage is always accompanied with the worst side. This worst side always come. It may be your children, it may be money, it may be whatever. Everybody has his or her own that they are passing through. So will you be ready to take care of your partner when that time shall come? Yes, I want to go on another short break. I know you have been really blessed right now, and I'll be back. Please don't.
Let's talk about love. Let's talk about God. Let's talk about all you need to know before you say I do. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about God. Let's talk about all you need to know before you say I do.
Welcome back. The program is still Before You Say I Do. And if you are just tuning in and just joining us, well, you still meet us well. And the topic of discussion is don't rush into marriage. Don't rush into marriage. I was giving out some nuggets on the reasons people give when they make mistakes, and you're asking them that why did you go, why are you facing it? Didn't you see all of this where you are in your relationship? And they will tell you that because yes, I rushed into that marriage because I was this, so I was giving out those reasons, and I was on that. Can you overlook the tough times that will happen in that relationship? That there will be tough times. There will be times that things will go rough. There will be times that things will go tough. Will you still be there for your husband, for your wife? will you be able to cope? Will you be able to manage that situation when that time arises? These are the things that you should consider. It's not just about somebody out there is pressurizing you because your friends are getting married and you too, you want to get married, and you get married and you now begin to say, eh? So this is what marriage is all about. If I had known, I would not have been married though. So it's for you to avoid that now. Then don't rush. Take your time and be patient, so that you know that at least I've tried my best and God is the one that I said I should go ahead. So you can always look up to the same God and ask. God will help you in Jesus' name. Then some people overlooking red flags. For some, you ask them when they start having domestic violence, when their husband start beating them, they will say, yes, when we were in the relationship, he only slapped me once. He only punched me once. And I didn't take it for anything. That after all, he begged me, he apologized, and I felt that it will stop at that. That's a red flag. That's a red flag that you should not just overlook. And there's so many red flags like that. We have people that are hot temper. We have some ladies that are hot temper. When they get angry like this, they begin to break things in the house, destroy things in the house. And you are in a relationship with that person, and you are saying that, oh no, she will change, or you after marriage you will change her. She will stop being destructive. You don't overlook red flags. There are some people, they are chronic liar. They will tell you good money. It's better you go and confirm if it is really money. When they tell you something, they will make some promises to you. And yes, even before you get married, in that relationship, that person has been promising to do this, and up till now you are both married. He is here to do it. She's here to do it. Some will say, don't worry. This OND certificate that you have, don't worry, let us go ahead and get married. After our marriage, I will make sure that you further your education. Don't worry. I will make sure that you go to university, you have a degree, you have a proper degree. You will make all those promises while in your courtship or your relationship. And after marriage, now you are already having 3 children. It is still the OND that you are still having. So these are some of the, you don't overlook red flags. Red flags are always there. You see them. When you see all those things, yes, if it is God's will, there are 2 things you can do. It's either you pray to the same God. I know that God, you will not give me a man or woman that will not give me peace in this marriage. You are that, or you can decide at your courtship stage to say you want to walk away. I cannot manage this. This is just too much for me. Maybe you make a discovery in your courtship stage or in your relationship, and you know that there was a time that we brought up that when during our Ask Tope Oginni, somebody wrote in and said something. She said, I think it's a guy or the girl, I can't really remember for now, but he said he discovered that the person is HIV positive. Okay, is the guy that wrote in, and he said the lady left. To him, why did she? Yes, because she has seen that she cannot cope. It's better for her to live at that stage, for her to say, okay, after marriage, I'll be able to cope. What after marriage, if she's not able to cope, then that even will kill you fast. Because she is supposed to be there for you. Now that she has discovered your health status, she's supposed to be there for you. And if after marriage you don't see her there, then that will kill you fast. So there are always red flags. So if you had not had any discussion or important discussion about each other, when you rush into marriage, you may fail to have important discussions. So it's always good you talk about all these red flags. Once you're able to discover them, please discuss about them, talk about them, and see what you can do about it. Therefore, some people, you see some single ladies, especially my sisters, my ladies out there, oh, I cannot afford not to have that wedding, that white wedding, where all my friends, I will have my bridal train, I will have, my reception is going to be in this also place. My ladies, I beg you, don't rush into marriage because you want to have a wedding. I know that you already have it. For those of you that you are single, yes, I know that you already have a kind of dream wedding that you want to have. If it is possible, some people want to have their wedding in America, in Canada, in Paris, in France. Yes, I know all of these things. In beautiful, beautiful places, if it is possible, if you can afford it. But I'm telling you, it is marriage after wedding. Wedding is just a day. Marriage is a lifetime. So don't, because you want to have a dream kind of a wedding and you meet a guy who is very robust, who is financially robust, and you just rush into marriage that, we are going to have a wedding in Dubai. All my friends had their own in Nigeria, because you want to have a Dubai wedding. Is that enough reason for you to rush into marriage? Or because you want to have the white wedding, is that enough reason for you to rush into marriage? No, please just take your time, and God will help you as you do that in Jesus' name. You hope that marriage will solve the issues that you are going through. Marriage does not solve issues. Marriage does not solve issues. Marriage does not solve issues. You have to be prepared, even as a woman, to go there and be joined with your partner so that you two, both of you, can solve issues together. I want us to quickly look at something that is very, very important. What are those things? There are some things that you should not rush into. Now, don't rush spending lots of time together with somebody that you have not yet confirmed that he or she is going to get married to you. Don't rush your quality time too. Once you start spending time together, it has a way of getting back at you. It has a way of creating that interest, even when you are not yet convinced that he is the one or she is the one. Then don't rush moving in together. Yes, he said I should move in. He said I should move in, or you too, because you've been going there. Today you drop your bag, tomorrow you drop your towel, next tomorrow you drop your shoes, after tomorrow you have already started dropping your things in the man's house, and now you start seeing yourself as a wifey, and you want to start playing that wife role. It's not enough, because you have your clothes in the wardrobe, you have your shoes, you have every of your things in the man's house, who has not yet married you, does not make you his wife, and that should not be enough reason for you to rush into that one. So when he asks you to move in, no, don't move in yet. Let him know your stand, let her know your stand, that you are not ready to move in until maybe, I don't know, maybe you are still in the process of getting to know him better, or there are some things that you are not yet convinced spiritually that he is the one. That's not, and again, it's not even right once he has not, because the moment you start doing that, then you automatically become a wife, and you start playing the wife role, premarital sex inclusive. Don't rush trust, because you meet him and he's trying to do some things. Don't rush trust. Don't start trusting him immediately. Trust is earned. It's not something that you rush at. So please just take your time. It takes time for a human being to earn another human being's trust. So if you expect that bond to happen immediately, no, it won't happen immediately. Take your time, and that's why for those of you who rush, who don't take time to look at that area of trust, that's why you ended up being disappointed or being jilted, because immediately you meet the man or the lady, you are giving him your trust, or you start entrusting him or her with so many things about your life, information about your life, everything about your family, your journey, and when he or she has heard so much about you, and now he sits down or she sits down over your matter and begin to say, she told me this about her, he told me, no, I don't think I can. So please don't rush. There are some important discussions that you should not rush. Then don't rush commitment. Now let us look at, while you are waiting, what are those things that you are supposed to do instead of rushing. I know that you are waiting right now. You are waiting, yes. I know that so many singles are waiting, that they cannot afford to meet their Prince Charming, their princess. They cannot afford that Saturday for them to print their invitation. I know you are envisaging all of this. They are good thoughts. But I'm telling you, what are those things that you are supposed to do that will not bring into your head that you should rush? Now, number one, you need to discover yourself. I said it before. Many people don't even know who they are, yet you want to get married. What are you going to do in marriage when you don't even know your strength, your weakness? You don't know what you can do. You don't know what you are good at. Your husband will ask you, we want to know what you are good at doing. Opportunities will come in your marriage, and your husband wants to give those opportunities or that opportunity to you. Or you may be doing something, and your wife gets an opportunity for you somewhere, and he said, let me discuss with my husband, and you don't even know who you are. And your wife walks home and said, today we are discussing a plan, and they said that there's an opportunity somewhere. And she's like, do you think I can do it? I don't. Now that you are still single and you are waiting, find yourself. What are you good at doing? What is that thing that you like doing? What is your hobby? You need to find yourself. What are your potentials? You need to know who they are, and you start building them even before you say, I do. Another thing is, you should be productively engaged. Be productively engaged. Go and get a job. Hey, a lady wants to get married, she does not have a job, she's not doing anything. All she talks about is marriage, as if it is that marriage that is going to fulfill her desires, her needs. No now, no. Go and get something doing. Is it business that you want to do? What if you after marriage the eventuality happens? We always say God forbid, but death will surely come one day. What if it comes and you are not doing anything? You have so much to rely on your husband, and now the person is gone. How would you survive? And you already have 3 children, 4 children. How will you survive? So you should go and get something doing. If you want to go to school, go to school. If you want to learn a trade, go and learn a trade. If you like business, the man that will marry you, if a man wants to marry and he desires to marry a businessman, you will get your own husband, but make sure that you are productively, now that you are single. And as a man, you cannot be single and you don't have a job, you don't have a business you are doing, you are still relying on your uncles, on your friends, you don't even have an accommodation. Some are still squatting with their friends, some are still squatting with their parents, and they are talking about marriage. I'm not saying that somebody cannot be planning marriage under their parents, but I'm not talking about those that they don't even have plans of getting an accommodation where they will put their wife, where they will start their family, and they are talking about marriage. No, be productively and be up and doing. And then envisage your dream. You have a dream for yourself. What are you doing about that dream? What are you doing to actualize your dream even before marriage? It does not necessarily have to be after marriage that you start actualizing your dream. Then invest in your prayer. Invest in prayer. Pray. Everything that is good needs prayer. So everything that is bad too needs prayer. Start investing in prayer now. Pray for your relationship. Pray for your future marriage, your future husband, your future home, your future children. What's that marital journey? How do you want it to look like? How do you want it to look like? Start praying to God right now that you are single. Because when you marry, there will be a lot of responsibility. You have to take care of your husband, your children, the home, the church activities there, your career, your business. All those responsibilities will be on you. So now that you are still single, you have that opportunity. Start praying those prayers. Like they always say, that prayer is an investment. And you never can tell when you will need that prayer and when it will work for you. So now that you are single, please invest in serious prayer. Be praying for where you are going, your husband, what you want your children to look like in the future. Start doing all of this prayer right now. Then be sensitive. So the reason why a lot of you rush into marriage and you rush into a wrong partner and wrong person is because you are not sensitive enough. When you are spiritually sensitive, because you are so much carried away by you want to get married and one handsome man comes to you, or one rich guy walks up to you, or one beautiful lady walks up to you with those figure eights, and you just blow up your senses just like that. No, you have to be spiritually sensitive if she is the will of God or is the will of God. It's not about the money that he has. Yes, nobody wants to marry a poor man. Yes, nobody wants to live in poverty. I understand. But the thing is that you have to be spiritually sensitive. If that man, that rich man, or that beautiful lady is the will of God for your life. So you have to be, so that you not fall into the hand of a deceiver. You not fall into the hand of a fraudster or time waster because you refuse to be sensitive. So sensitivity is very good and it should be part of you. Most times it is not always part of the people who are rushing into marriage, because when they are supposed to open their eyes, they are so carried away that they are not sensitive to anything. Even the red flags that I talked about, they are not sensitive to it. When the man is deceiving them, they don't know. When the man already has somebody that he wants to marry that is just using them, and with time we dump them, they will not know. And for the man too, the same thing applies. So then keep adding value to yourself. Keep adding value to yourself. A lot of ladies will get into marriage and their husband cannot even eat their food. They don't know how to cook. So what did you take your singleness or singlehood years to do that you don't know how to cook? So please, there are some things that you know that you'll be needing in your marriage and you don't have them now that you are single. Go and learn all those things. As a man, go and learn how to be a good husband, a good father to your children, a good man in that marriage. Go and learn how to love your wife. Go and learn how to love your children. Go and learn how to be a responsible man in that marriage. Go and learn all of these things. Go and learn how to be patient with women. You can learn all those things now that you are single. Then Prepare for marriage and not wedding. Many of you that you want to get married, you are just preparing for wedding, not marriage. Marriage is lifetime, wedding is just a single Saturday. So prepare for marriage and not wedding. Then take care of yourself. Because you are single does not mean that you should look so haggard, look so unkept. Take care of your body, take care of yourself. Now is the time for you to do that, to take proper care of yourself. Have a good personal hygiene. You let your hair look well as a man. So make sure that your hair is well kept. Make sure that you are not smelling, that will be sending people away from you. Good dress. It doesn't have to be an indecent dress because you want to attract people, and that is one of the things that keep attracting wrong partner to people. So it's not about that. Look good. It's not a sin for Christians to look good, to dress well, moderately. Then be in the right place. Where are you looking at to get a partner? Where are you looking at? If you are looking at the wrong place, then you rush into marriage with the wrong person in that place. So be in the right place. Work on your character. What is that particular character that people are complaining about? Please work on your character, work on your attitude. Don't take that bad character, that bad attitude to your husband's house or to your wife's house. Don't go and give them work to do. They want to enjoy their marriage. They don't want to start teaching you how to behave because you are not a kid. You are a mature lady and you are a mature man. So please take care of your character. Then try and work for God. If you are still single right now, instead of rushing in the process of working for God, God will answer your prayer in whichever church that you may find yourself. Try and make sure that you are active for God. You are doing something for God. Make sure that you are doing something for God, and in that, God will make sure that somebody will find you where you are working for Him, and the best will be yours. Do not try to help God. Many people try to help God, and that's why you are rushing. Do not be or look desperate to a man or a woman that wants to marry you. Then be strong in your faith. You are still keeping your faith. Continue to be strong in your faith. Continue to be strong in your faith, and never ever give up. Never ever give up. God is going to answer your prayer in Jesus' name. This year, God will settle you maritally in the name of Jesus. And this year 2021 will not pass you by. You will get your own man and your own woman in the name of Jesus. So please, I beg you in the name of God, don't rush into marriage. I don't want you to rush into any kind of relationship. Just take your time and be patient with God. Continue to pray and continue to add value to yourself. And as you do that, God will settle you maritally this year in Jesus' name. Rushing into marriage have so many consequences, and if care is not taken, if you rush into marriage, you will regret it later. You will regret it greatly. A lot of people are crying their marriages today and saying, had I known, I would not have rushed, I would have taken my time. So please, I want to advise to my singles that as many of you that you are desperate to marry, that you think that you are overage, and you've said to yourself that any man, any woman that comes my way now, any Mr. Available is what I'm going to go with. I'm telling you, it's better for you to even, like Paul advised, it's better for you to even remain single and be living your happy life than for you to go and get yourself hooked up with a man that is not the will of God for your life. It can be very deadly. And the Lord will. And again, please, like I said, invest in prayer and continue to pray right now that you are single, for the kind of home, for the kind of family that you want to build in the future. So quickly, I want to go. This is how far we can go on today's episode of Before You Say I Do. I want to quickly go to our recommended book. Our recommended book for this week's episode is How You Can Recognize You Are in a Bad Relationship. How You Can Recognize You Are in a Bad Relationship by Remedy More. So you can get a copy of that to know. For those of you that you can't identify the kind of relationship that you, please try and get a copy of that. Thank you for watching today's episode of Before You Say. I know you have been greatly blessed, and I want you to go ahead and apply those nuggets into your relationship. Let it be an eye opener for you. If you have any question or any comments on today's episode or past episode, please don't hesitate to drop it on that WhatsApp number that is scrolling right now on your screen. And again, we always have repeat broadcast on Saturday at 1 p.m. Don't forget on before you say I do, we always help you to take the right decision before saying I do. Until I come your way again on another exciting episode of Before You Say I Do. I remain your host, Tope Oginni, and bye for now.
I've never been so sure of anything before. Just like I'm in this moment, but was alone would be enough. Just take my hands and take mine, 'cause I will always love you through anything I'll do. To talk back on different segment, you know, for the engaging and backstory. Tope Oginni, you know. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about God.